10 here on ESPN Radio and ESPN2, along with Courtney Cronin in for Canty and Smalls today. Evan Cohen with you. We are presented by Progressive Insurance. Life can be hard, so Progressive makes bundling your home and auto easy. Hope that helps. Learn more at Progressive.com or 1-800-PROGRESSIVE. 96-9 the game. Orlando Magic highlight. Courtney, last night they go up 3-1 on the Detroit Pistons in a night in the NBA where we see Oklahoma City do what Oklahoma City does. They sweep with a 131-122 victory over Phoenix. And Denver, no drama, no conversation to be had about them relative to, oh my God, I can't believe they lost without Ant-Man and Dante DiVincenzo playing for Minnesota. They beat Minnesota. They stay alive 125-113. That series now 3-2 in favor of Minnesota. And Jokic has a triple-double, third most playoff triple-doubles behind Magic Johnson and LeBron James. Courtney, how you doing today?
I'm great. I'm better than Jalen Duren this morning.
Yeah, that was ugly.
That was that dunk.
Second ugliest moment of the night last night in that game.
What was the first? The whole game?
Well, okay, sure, yeah, but I mean the Pistons scoring 36 points in the second half, 17 points in the third quarter, 19 in the fourth quarter. No, John Morant grow up.
I know.
John Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr. show up to the game, which at first I'm like, wait, why are they there? And then I'm like, you know what?
Teammate,
so then I'm thinking, oh, you know what? Like, that's a level of maturity.
Yep.
They're showing up. Desmond Bane's their guy. Good for them to show up and support their guy. Until he does, yet again, the gun celebration in the crowd when Desmond Bane has a big shot. You know the NBA is looking I think the NBA should fine him for that.
They can't.
Can they fine a fan?
He's there as a spectator. They can't do it, but it's just like...
It's ridiculous.
You keep doing the same thing. You're proving that you're not changed. The fact that we're even talking about it today, when your team was nowhere close to the playoffs this year, but you inserted yourself into the story of this game because all the cameras are going to catch you. You're sitting courtside.
You're John Morant. You're an NBA player. Jaren Jackson, now on the Utah Jazz. All these guys are former Memphis Grizzlies. It's rare that NBA players show up to other NBA games. Hey, that's cool. Why are they there? Oh, that's their guy. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, their guy who Orlando gave up 4 first-rounders for, oh, by the way. Yeah, it's paying off because they're up 3-1 over the number 1 seeded Detroit Pistons, and Desmond Bane led the team in scoring last night. But what are you doing with the gun celebration? This is not meant to be a gun debate. We're not having that. We know that the NBA does not want him doing that, and he continues to do that.
It's immaturity at the highest level for somebody who has claimed that they have gone through the necessary steps to be a changed person, that they've gotten older, that they learn from previous mistakes. There has been no learning. There has been no maturing. God. There has been no changing of anything. This is
brutal,
who he is.
Brutal. Absolutely brutal.
He's an immature bozo who deserves what he gets. And at this point of his career, like he's so irrelevant on the court that this is what we're talking about. As it's John Morant, gun celebration, what he's playing in a game or what he's not playing in a game. This is embarrassing, but honestly, I don't know what was more embarrassing. The basketball that we saw last night between these two teams. This is bad basketball.
36 points in one half.
This is the playoffs, and this is the basketball we're getting. Some teams. Yeah. And in the final 450, both teams, 2 of 18 on field goals.
See, here's the thing, though. I'm not going to critique Orlando for not playing well offensively and missing shots late in this game because mucking it up and making it ugly has won them games. So I can't critique them, right? And you would have thought it would have been the other way. Detroit, big, strong, physical. Hey, let's go at these guys. But Orlando making it ugly has been pretty for them because they're up 3-1. So, Courtney Cronin, I ask you, down 3-1, number 1 seeded Detroit Pistons. Are they done?
Of course. You think they're really going to go rattle off 3 straight wins and come back from this? After what we've seen from Cade Cunningham, who is just all of a sudden becoming a turnover machine in the playoffs. I think it's 24 in the last 3 games combined. It makes me question.
At 8 last night.
Yeah, 8 last night. Makes me question the validity of their regular season record of being a 60-win team and getting to this point as the 1 seed when they were chirping all down the stretch of the regular season about how good they were, how confident that they were. They were ready to run through the East. The East goes through Detroit. Well, the East is about to go through anywhere other than Detroit because they're not going to be in the second round of this playoffs. It's just not going to happen. To think about how good this team was to where they were last year, the hard-fought series in the first round between the Knicks, they weren't ready yet. They were supposed to be, like, the success we saw from this Pistons team in 2025, that's a year ahead of schedule. Okay, well, you're supposed to arrive. And when you arrive in the postseason like that, it makes you question. Nobody playing defense, really, in the regular season because you're clearly not prepared for what you ran into here against Orlando in these 4 games. And I just don't understand how it got this way. Cade Cunningham was an MVP candidate this year. An MVP candidate, and that's the play you're getting from your MVP candidate? Yeah. Jalen Duren can kiss the Supermax goodbye. He just cost himself $40 million in about 2 weeks. That's nuts.
You know what's crazy about this? I wanted to fight all season long, the critique around Detroit. They're not as good as you think. Boston has an easier path to the finals. The Knicks, Cavs, whoever. I was like, how are we going to dismiss a Detroit team, as you said, that's a 60-win team with an MVP candidate, with a great coach in J.B. Bickerstaff, with all of these young players around him, with positive veteran influence like Tobias Harris, Duncan Robinson, etc.
Sure.
How are we going to dismiss them? And they're being dismissed. And you know what else it does? It actually justifies why Giannis wanted to fight through the injury to see if he could slip into the play-in. It justifies Pat Riley's comments yesterday at his season-ending presser with the Heat, thinking, hey, if you get in, who knows what happens, right? Now, the Heat aren't good, and the Bucks weren't good, but in some ways, it justifies the idea that these bad teams, like Milwaukee and Miami, thought, just get us to the 8th spot. We then have a shot against Detroit, and once you beat Detroit, who knows what happens? Your confidence goes through the roof. Because, oh, by the way, Orlando, as our buddy Kevin Clark, a huge Orlando Magic fan, this is Football Podcast, would tell you, they were awful this regular season relative to expectations. And you know what they are now? It's not like they're some organized great team scoring 94 points in a playoff game in 2026, but they are a team that believes if they can beat the number 1 seed, why couldn't they beat who wins 4 or 5? Right? It totally revamps their mindset and their ability in the postseason. That's why Detroit has justified why bad teams thought if they get in, they could win a playoff series.
Well, they have a chance.
They have a shot.
But
am I wrong on that?
No, you're not. I don't know if I'm looking at Orlando as a team that can make a run in the East.
Wait a second. I understand what you're saying. But that said, if I told you Orlando won this series and they beat the winner of the Cavs and Raptors, you're now going to be surprised by that?
I wouldn't be surprised by that, but you're talking about a run, and I still
That's to the conference finals. One more series victory. They're in the conference finals as an 8 seed, as a play-in.
We saw Miami do that a couple of years ago.
I understand that, but that's that franchise's DNA. Is like Orlando hasn't been this.
For sure.
And Orlando has much better players than Miami does. Much better players. Currently.
I get what you're saying, but I'm still like, if you're telling me this is a team that I expect to take down Boston eventually,
no. But wait a minute. Do you know
a surprise run though?
Yeah, it's on the table.
It's on the table now,
right?
I mean, the numbers that we've seen from teams that win 60 games in the regular season and then trail 3-1 in the opening series has happened 2 other times, and they're about to be a team that finds its way out. 2011, it happened with that Spurs team. They lost in 6. The 07 team for the Mavericks, I believe that they lost to the We Believe Warriors.
Correct.
Lost in 6. The fact that you have a 60-win team, a 1 seed, a team that was supposed to be finally here. They were a year ahead of schedule a year ago. They finally arrived. Now it's built on what? Is this a house of cards? Can we actually believe anything we saw in the regular season? Cade's healthy. The team's healthy. It's not like they're missing a superstar. So what is it? You all of a sudden lost your identity as the playoffs started? It doesn't compute to me because this is a team that was never supposed to even be at risk of being down multiple games. And now as the series goes to game 5, they could get bounced.
Yeah. Wild. Well, I think we bounced back. Had a rocky start.
I was here the whole time.
Okay. Well, I think we all bounced back, if I may say so myself. Coming up, we got to get into a secret meeting that impacted the NFL draft.